Welcome to this video entitled, Aliens Are Not Invading Earth. In this video, we will be discussing disclosure, cosmic contact. We will be discussing a little bit about conspiracy, reptilians, and my perspective on it all from a cosmic macro lens. As always, this is my truth, not the truth, and may this ignite the seeds that activate and resonate with your truth. And if it does not resonate, please leave it. Now, my mission has been and will always be to anchor in the love frequency, to empower all beings, to love all beings. And I will always be here to challenge the ego, to challenge the human limitations of the mind, to go past duality, to go past classification, to go past identification, which is very, very important during these times, that we stay open, we stay receptive. So if you are tuning in, please share where you are tuning in from, and may this comment section in this video here and now and in the replay be a safe space for discussion, because it is so important to have a safe space to discuss these concepts. So let's talk a little bit about the fear, the collective fear around alien invasion. Now, from my perspective, from my channel, from what I have received, I'm going to walk you through an experiment, an experience. Now, imagine you are a highly intelligent being. A highly intelligent being that has technology that transcends space and time. And from a higher perspective, you see Earth. And you see Earth during this space and time in a space of self-destruction, which is the reality of the macro of Earth. We can't avoid it. We gotta talk about it. It's literally burning, this beautiful planet. Now, from an ET, higher dimensional perspective, seeing a beautiful planet in a state of self-destruction is going to invoke two responses from my perspective. One, to watch, the passive response. Or two, the active response of assisting the planet in healing. Because from the higher intelligence and the higher awareness of ET, of macro, of cosmic consciousness, we know that the destruction of one planet is going to send ripple effects to the cosmos as a whole. From what I perceive, from what I witnessed in the disclosure in the Congressional hearing that happened 2 days ago.
I know the exact locations.
Former military intelligence officer David Grush testified he suspects the Pentagon is covering up a decades-long program to retrieve crashed objects.
Do you believe that our government is in possession of UAPs?
Absolutely, based on interviewing over 40 witnesses over 4 years.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human.
There was a lot of fear within the space. And if you read between the lines, the fear is coming from being silenced. The fear is of the US government, not of ETs. Now, we know a few things about the US government. They love control. They love fear. Now, in the disclosure movement, and if we were to look at the collective consciousness as a whole, yes, we can have faith. Yes, we could look at our inner communities and see the faith and the acceptance of ETs and interdimensional consciousness and a cosmic community. But from the macro lens, Humans are not ready to know that there is life that we can co-create with. If all of the truth was to be revealed at one now moment, it would release God knows what within the collective consciousness. A lot of what I saw in the comments of the post that I posted yesterday was that no one's saying anything. And it's true. There has been proof of interdimensional, intergalactic contact and experiences here from the beginning of time, but in the US government since the 1930s. And the disclosure and the rhetoric that has been cultivated and crafted, yes, is a little bit taking baby steps. Because we have to each do the individual work to release all of the fear programming and all of the programming of judging otherness to be ready to perceive the frequency of a higher dimensional being. And that's why I do what I do. To release all of the fear and to really anchor into the reality that these higher dimensional beings that are attuned to unity consciousness and unconditional love are here to assist humanity for the evolution of mankind and the cosmic consciousness and collective consciousness of all. That's how I see it. Now, each being, in my perspective, each human, in my perspective, needs to cultivate their own ability to communicate with the higher self, with cosmic incarnations, to see that these beings and these incarnations reside outside of space and time, and that they are here now, and they are here within us. We are interdimensional beings here on Earth. We have lived lifetimes as higher dimensional consciousness. And if we awaken to that knowing and that remembrance, then aliens are no longer aliens. They are aspects of the self. And we can step into a space of love and acceptance. And what I see is so beautiful about the disclosure movement is it's seeding conversations about ETs and life on other planets in places where these conversations are not being had. And that is beautiful, and that is very necessary. Because how micro, how egotistical has the human mind become to think we're the only beings in the universe? You here, you are probably here because you realize that there is interdimensional beings among us and that we communicate with them. You are an anomaly. Welcome. Thank you for your service here on Earth in paving the new paradigm of cosmic unity and harmony. So disclosure is beautiful because it is opening up the pathway. It is opening up the space where these conversations of ET consciousness and higher dimensional beings and abilities and interdimensional technology that trans space and time is happening. It is awakening and expanding the minds of the collective to go beyond what is known, to go beyond what we can see with our earthly eyes, and to open up our ultra-sensory perception, which we are all born with, to see beyond the veil, to feel these beings, to communicate with them, to send your light frequency into the sky and wait in patience, in ceremony, in prayer, for an aspect of your higher self, of your cosmic self to manifest in the sky and say, hey, we are here. We are anchored in love. We got you. Call upon us. Call upon us when you need a remembrance of how you can be of greater service to raise the collective frequency. So as an individual, this is a message I get so much of how do we individually get to the place where we can communicate with ETs. You gotta communicate with your higher self, okay? So your higher self lives in the dimension of unity consciousness, of higher dimensions. And your higher self is communicating and is living among these interdimensional beings, receiving the information that is necessary for your soul's evolution and the evolution of the collective consciousness. So how you can be of service is to be in meditation with your higher self every day, asking your higher self how you can rise further in service to the collective harmony and good of all. That's how. And this is how disclosure happens, when we all ignite the seeds of remembrance, ignite the seeds of our incarnations to which we incarnated and chose to come here on this earth plane to be the walking interdimensional beings to seed love and harmony on this earth plane. So, my mission is always to amplify the love frequency, to empower, to find and rise in love in every now moment with every being, with every interaction, with every fractal of consciousness, which is a reflection of you. Now, another part of my mission is here to expand consciousness and expand the mind, to go past dualistic thinking. We have two hemispheres in our brain, so it is very natural in our genome to think left, right, black, white, good, bad, yes. But in between the space of our brain is our pineal gland, is our channel, is our ability to imagine, is our ability to go beyond. And when we drop into the space in between, we drop into the heart. And in the heart, all there is love, baby. And that's all that matters. So, part of my mission is always to expand our ability to go beyond classification, identification, thinking we know anything. We live in a multi-dimensional universe where there is multiple timelines simultaneously interacting, timelines, anything is possible. What matters is what you attune your vibration, your focus, your intention. Because that is what's creating the reality. That's what's creating and allowing the dualistic mind, the conscious and the subconscious, the this and the that, and the black and the white to silence so you can see truth. So my mission is always to expand and create spaces and create conversations to go beyond dualistic thinking. So something I see so prominent within the ET community that I see as a disservice to this mission and to this message and to communing with interdimensional beings is the classification of reptilians. It has been a trendy word. It's become this thing, this identification, this judgment. And from what I see, it is a perpetuation of fear. I don't like that, so I'm going to classify it as that, so I don't have to integrate it, and so I don't have to look at it, and so I don't have to be anything around it, which is a disservice to global harmony, collective consciousness, cosmic unity, and unconditional love. How can you love the thing that you don't like, instead of classifying it as a term? Okay. So, an invitation to step away from classification, to step away from thinking you can classify anything, and moving into unconditional love. How can you love the reptilians? Everyone has a funny way of asking for love. And the way you dismantle fear is through loving. Not by ostracizing or classifying as something other. That is perpetuating ETs for not feeling safe to co-create with us in a loving, harmonious way. We are perpetuating the fear around ET consciousness by classifying something that now has this collective thought form of fear of control. They're just what they are, an aspect of you.